everybody, thank you so much for watching today's video. My name is Kelsey Taylor and I am super excited about today's topic. We are going to be talking about 10 places in London that is related to the Dracula novel by Bram Stoker, and some of these places I have already been to already, but I thought it would be just super fun to explore and dive more into detail about the places. And I'm going to be using my laptop for helping with reference. So if I look over at this direction, that's why, because I'm going to be reading some of the places from my laptop. So my journey with the whole Dracula, Bram Stoker novel shenanigan started around, I would say, 2022 in October. And it started because the first book that I bought from the store that I, was kind of interested in, not reading, but just aesthetically, was the Bram Stoker novel. And I bought that book at Foyles, I remember. And I also bought Utopia by Thomas More because there's a really good film, if you haven't seen it already. It's called Ever After. It's a remake of Cinderella, and it's from 1997. And in the movie, the protagonist, she reads a book, and it's Utopia by Thomas More. And so I wanted to buy that book because I've seen that movie so many. It really hit hard on me because I am married to a man who's from Romania, and literally from the same place in Transylvania. Like, I cannot believe. So one of my favorite Hollywood actors of the old times is Bela Lugosi. I've mentioned him a couple times on my channel before. And he was born in Lugos, Romania, which is literally 1 hour away from where my husband was born. So like, is that his dad? So now we're going to talk through a list of Bram Stoker Dracula sites in and around London. So you can do this pretty much any time of the year, because right now in London it is raining cats and dogs. The weather is not forgiving, and so for me, if it's gonna act like it's like autumn already, I might as well do some autumnal activities. Like what I'm about to mention now is to go see different sites around London that's related to the novel. These locations can be where Bram Stoker lived, worked, and researched. Some of them are real places referenced in the novel, and some of them do not line up in reality exactly as they are placed in the story. It's obvious that Bram intended to create a sense of realism by placing actual sites into his fictional work. In some cases, he might have merged locations. In others, he simply moved the location to be a better suit for his plot. The first place that we're going to mention that I cannot believe I have never noticed, that there's like a big giant plaque on the side of the building that says Stoker. Like, oh my god, I walked past this place so many times. This is the Lyceum Theatre at 21 Wellington Street, and it's currently playing The Lion King, which I've never seen. I've seen Frozen, but I have like no spark of interest to see The Lion King. But Bram Stoker worked at this theater for 27 years, which, oh my gosh, he must have had some striking crazy interest. But they say the relationship between Stoker and Irving has something to do with the novel of Van Helsing and Jonathan Harker, which I think is really interesting. So he probably got a lot of his influences from his personal life and whatnot for his characters, because he actually did not go to the country of Romania to write about Transylvania in the novel. He just did a ton of research at the London Library, and which is funny because they actually still have his library card. They kept it from all these years, and he just did tons of research there. And there is a list on the website of all the books that he rented, and funny enough, he actually annotated those books. He put like little stars and dots and stuff in the books that you can still see today. So that is on my to-do list in London. It does cost £20 to go inside that library, probably because of the historical factors, but it's definitely something that I want to pursue in learning more, and just for an experience really, because it's so fun. Let's say you have a favorite author and you go inside the same places of where they wrote your favorite novel. Like it's just a magical, like more immersive experience, I think, because for example the Bible, you understand it a lot more when you actually go to the locations that it's talking about, like Mount Carmel, the Sea of Galilee in Israel. I saw all those places in person, and it really gives you clear perspective and clear understanding of the book when you actually see the locations in person. So like I said, going to the British, or not the British Library, the London Library will be a very golden moment. I'm looking forward to that. The next place is Highgate Cemetery. So I was actually initially going to be going to that place today, but my agenda changed and I was busy researching different things. And very cool, I found, really off topic, but I found this really cool suite hotel in Transylvania, and it's called Transylvania's Authentic Charms. They have different hotel rooms, the Count's Cottages, the King's Retreat, which I think is so cool because like maybe I'm gonna write a book about this, because why am I doing so much research? But there's a great book that I'm reading right now. It's called The Journals of Bram Stoker, and I bought it at Murder and Mayhem in Hay-on-Wye, and it's a phenomenal book. I haven't finished it, so I'm not gonna give you any reviews just yet, but it's a fantastic book about Bram Stoker and whatnot. And his writings and stuff like that. But Highgate Cemetery is definitely a place I want to go visit. I was going to go today, but like I said, I just did a ton of research about this topic because I made a podcast about it. I have a podcast. It's called Bacchanal Banter. You can listen to it on Spotify, where I talk about all things fashion, writing. It's also a very gloomy summer, so that's why I'm probably more into this stuff, because it feels like it's October already. So at Highgate Cemetery, there's a possible location for Lucy Westenra's tomb in the novel. A beautiful location to visit, and they also have a guided tour if you're interested. I'm looking to visit that place soon. Next place is the Spaniards Inn, the Spaniards Road in Hampstead, a wonderful atmospheric and historic pub to have a drink and a meal. Dr. Seward and Van Helsing mentioned this as a location in the novel. But the next place is Golders Green Crematorium, where Bram Stoker's ashes are placed. The next place is St. Leard's Terrace in Chelsea, Bram's home with Florence and son Noel. I think this, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the same place that I've seen in Chelsea. It has like that blue plaque and it says Bram Stoker lived here. Really cute, tucked away area in Chelsea. Very nice. You should definitely go pay a visit. If you come to London, I highly recommend to go on a plaque crawl and just go all different places throughout London and just find your favorite authors all over. It's so much fun. I did that with Virginia Woolf, Henry Irving, and Oscar Wilde. The next place is St. George's Square in Pimlico, Bram's last home before he passed away, April 20th, 1912. So I did actually live in Pimlico myself when I first moved to London. That was the first location, that was the first real experience that I got of London was Pimlico, which is quite memorable to me. So every time I go around that area is nice. And then I also lived in Pimlico, or I should say Vauxhall, again in 2019, and that was the most amazing year of my life. We stayed at the panoramic flats, and those were stunning. A bonus extra, a must visit, is Whitby. The town of Whitby in Yorkshire is an essential stop for any Dracula fan. Reread chapters 6 to 8 of Dracula while you are there. Take a stroll through the town and retrace Bram's steps. You can visit the sites in the novel. They are all right there. And that's definitely on my to-do list. Whitby is really far from here. It's like, I don't know how many hours it is. I think it's like 6 to 8 hours. It's quite far from here, but it's definitely a place I want to go visit, which I'm super excited about. Let's see if there's anything else that I missed. I'm also a big fan of Bela Lugosi, so like I said, I did go visit his tombstone in Los Angeles when I was there last year, and it was beautiful, and it was lovely to be, you know, as close as you can be to one of your favorite movie stars. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Kelsey's Corner 98, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.